Now, you were very young when you were diagnosed, weren't you? You were 24 when you were diagnosed with depression. And how was it affecting you, not just when you were diagnosed, but in the lead-up to it?
In the lead-up to it, see, the thing about it is that how do you know you're depressed? That was the kind of thing for me, was that the lead-up to actually being diagnosed, I don't know how long I've been depressed for, because, you know, you're in that kind of zone, in that bubble. So leading up to it was really, really difficult, because there's certain signs that you might tell looking at me, but I don't really know about.
See.
Yeah, and I just think I feel different and feel...
And it's hard, isn't it? Because on the surface, it was hard for those of us who are lucky enough not to have suffered from depression. Your life looked good. You had a girlfriend, everything seemed fine, but you never felt you could reach out and talk to those people about how you felt.
Yeah, because it kind of, what it done is almost make you feel like you're the enemy. That's what it does. It gets inside your mind, and it will pull you apart bit by bit, and it convinces you that you shouldn't be talking about this, and that's what's wrong, is that you should be, because a lot of people are going through the same thing, so you need to talk about it, but it just convinces you that you shouldn't, and that you're the bad guy.
Now, it was your girlfriend. You did get to such a low state that you tried to take your own life, didn't you? And it was your girlfriend that mercifully found you and saved you. Yeah,
it was. You know, I did never think that I would get to that stage. You know, I had minor thoughts when it wasn't so much thinking about how I would do things or anything like that. It was more thinking, I wonder what would happen if I just did. Would anyone miss me? I always thought that, because a lot of people say about suicide is that it's a selfish act. I can't believe people would do that. So selfish. What about the family? And what people need to think about is that to that person, in that frame of mind, at that very moment, that's the best thing they can think of. Me personally, when I went through that, I thought, if I do this, I'm a burden to a lot of people. If I do this...
Everyone's better off without you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was selfless, really. I was thinking, this will be the best option. Obviously, when you get out of it, that's when you realise how wrong you are.
Sam, is he alone in this? Because I was so shocked that it's the biggest single killer of men under 50. Suicide.
Absolutely, and no, sadly, Jake's not alone in this at all. It is quite common. You know, we know that 1 in 4 people experience mental health problems such as depression, and we know that depression itself is likely to be the leading disease causer worldwide by 2020. So particularly in young men, what Jake describes is sadly very common indeed.
You've turned it around. This was all 9 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So in a relatively short space of time, things are looking much better for you. How did you do it?
By talking about it. Honestly, as easy as that. The best thing I ever done was kind of just announce on Twitter what I had done, what I'd been through. And as soon as I'd done that, I just felt a huge weight lifted.
Great.
And it was the impact of the people coming to me and saying, I've been through the same thing. I thought I was alone. And that's what opened my eyes then, is I thought, how many people are going through this? So that's why I want to promote it as much as possible, because we need to be talking about it. The more you talk, potentially more lives you can save. And
hopefully somebody watching who may be feeling terrible will hear what you're saying this morning and take that step to reach out. And Sam, if we can't reach the people who are in the state of depression, what are the signs for those around them to look out for to help them get help?
Sure, there are lots of signs. Obviously, it's different for each individual, but things like withdrawing from activities and things that you'd normally find enjoyable, so not following hobbies anymore, for example, not speaking to friends, not speaking to family, perhaps isolating yourself in your own room, and just, you know, obviously seeming very sad, very emotional, those kind of things. You know, it can be quite hard to tell, particularly in men who may not want to talk about it, but if you do see someone who is starting not to be their normal self, not to speak to you like they once would, to lock themselves away, that kind of thing.
OK, very, very good advice. Thanks for coming to tell us your story, and I know you're off on a comedy career now, so good luck with that. That's fantastic news, and thanks for telling us your story this morning. And if you would like any help or information on what we've been discussing here, then do visit our website, itv.com/Lorraine. Lots of help and advice there.